Hi everyone, and welcome to our Touchbase Thursday for May 30th. I am so excited to be going live with all of you again for another fun evening. Those of you that might be new to watching me, my name is Kim Vogel, and I am a demonstrator from Mount Pleasant, Michigan, and I have been a demonstrator for about 9 years, and I love every minute of it. I'm just going to give everybody a moment to get on here, make sure that I'm live. If you are able to see me and you're watching me, please comment. Oh, hi, Patty. Yes, so I am actually live. You guys can all see me, so yay, I'm excited. So tonight I'm going to be sharing with you some new product. I've been struggling with trying to figure out what I was going to share with you guys tonight, because I know you guys that follow me have probably noticed and saw the picture that I posted where we pulled all of my old stuff from my Vogel sale and we priced it and we packed it away. So all of my retired stuff is packed away and gone, including all of my designer series paper, everything. So I had no choice but to use new stuff, because I totally have my basement set up. Hi Beth, hi Donna. Nice to have you guys all here. But I totally have my basement restructured and all ready for the new catalog, which feels so awesome. So it's nice to open up my ribbon drawer and have some new bolts of ribbon in there, a new in color cardstock. So anyway, I chose to share with you tonight the Magnolia Lane bundle. It's one of my two favorites. My two favorites, I think, are the Magnolia Lane and the Perennial Essence. And so I'm going to be focusing on the Magnolia Lane, or the stamp set's called Good Morning Magnolia. The awesome thing is you only have a few more days to wait until you can order out of that new catalog. And I cannot wait to be sharing with you guys more of the sneak peeks and cards that I've been creating with all of the new stuff. So first of all, you guys know the routine for sharing my video. You get into the drawing, so make sure that you share it. And we have two winners from last week. Up for grabs, we had the Heart Epoxy Droplets, and then we also had the yellow, the Pineapple Punch Grows Grain Ribbon. And the winner of the ribbon is Alice Hall. And Alice, I know that you're watching tonight, so congratulations, Alice. Alice, I think I have your address, but if you can send me a message with it just in case, that would be great, and I'll get that out for you this week. And then the winner of the Heart Epoxy Droplets, and I'm hoping I don't totally slaughter this last name. So Carol, if I do, please tell me how to pronounce it better. I believe it's Carol Sanquinetti. So Carol Sanquinetti. Carol, I do not have your address, so if you can send me a private message with your address, I'll get those in the mail to you as well. And always with my little gifts, you also get a card from me that you can use again. So I'll get those out to you guys this week. So thank you guys so very much. Up for grabs this week, I have some more ribbon that I'm going to be giving away. And it's actually ribbon that's carrying over because I've packaged up all of my retired stuff. So it is a bolt of the Bashful Blue ribbon. Not Bashful Blue. Sorry, you guys, the Bashful Blue's been gone. Blueberry Bushel ribbon. It's the same as the Pineapple Punch. It's the Grows Grain ribbon. And then I have a bolt of the gorgeous grape striped ribbon. I love this striped ribbon. Absolutely love that. So those are the two prizes that will be given away next week to two lucky winners. Again, all you have to do is share my video on your page, letting other people know about what I do. So anyway, few things in the way of announcements. My goal over my lunch hour was to get an email out regarding some discontinued items that Stampin Up announced today. But I ended up having an offer to go to lunch with an old friend of mine, and so it was great to catch up with her. So I was not able to get an email out, but I will be posting right after my Facebook Live a couple of documents. So Stampin Up has decided to discount some of their retiring products that's in both the Occasions catalog and the annual catalog. And I have a couple documents that they've shared with us with those items and the percentage of the discount and all of that. So if, you know, I always do an ordering promotion. So the ordering promotion is going to be something a little bit different. I've received a ton of swap cards already with new product from the new catalog. So anybody who puts in a minimum $30 order from now until from now until Sunday night, and Beth, your order is going to count, just so you know, will be entered into the drawing to receive not entered in the drawing, you will just receive 3 cards, brand new cards, either I've made or that I got as swap cards. So instead of me giving you the projects I'm demoing, because this is going to be a class that you guys can do, I'm going to give you different cards that I've already received back from a couple of swaps that I've been in. So any $30 order placed from now until Sunday night will get you into the drawing to, I gotta get my computer to be, there you go. We'll get you into, sorry, you will not be into a drawing. Any $30 order, sorry you guys, I'm scatterbrained. My computer was coming up with a weird message. Any $30 order, you will get 3 free cards, handmade cards in the mail from me using new product, okay? And you can order off those discontinued sheets. So it's kind of a win-win. You'll be getting some cards with new products already made, that I've already made for you, and you will be able to take advantage of some of that retiring stuff and getting a discount. Okay, my catalogs. By now, all of you that are my long distance customers, you should have received your catalog from me. They all went out. I've checked the tracking. They've all been delivered. If you did not get one, I apologize sincerely if I've omitted you. I did not mean to do that. Sometimes it happens. If you are a long distance customer, meaning that you don't live local to the Mount Pleasant area, and you would like a catalog and didn't get one, please let me know. What I considered a customer of mine is anybody who's put in an order with me in the last year. So if you put in an order with me in the last year, you get a free complimentary catalog from me. And again, if I've forgotten anyone, please let me know and I will get that out in the mail to you right away. Local customers, you can pick yours up, make arrangements with me to pick it up at any time. I know some of you wait to get that from my BOGO sale that I'll be doing June 21st, 22nd, and 24th. But if you want it before then, you might want it before then because there's some awesome stuff in it. Let me know and I'd be happy to get that to you guys. So again, catalogs are all out. The Everything is Rosy product medley. I showcased that, I think it was 2 weeks ago, and it's a May only promotion, and it's still available, and it's pretty amazing. So if you haven't, if you're on the fence about getting that, you only have today and tomorrow. That product medley goes away. So if you did not order it yet, again, that was the one where it was the navy blue and the beautiful melon mambo colors, and I made a bunch of cards with it, and it had the ribbon, the stamp set, the coordinating framelits, the shimmer paint. I mean, you get a lot in there for $80. So if you did not get that yet, you only have a couple days left in which to order it. It's pretty awesome. Even you get this awesome foil paper that's like a rose gold. It's pretty cool. Let me see here. We talked about the sharing, talked about my BOGO sale. Now I know most of you that do not live long distance, you know about my online BOGO sale. If that is something that you're interested in, I will post the link that you can, I'm finding out that it's not allowing me, my group's not allowing me to add people. You have to ask to join it. But if I give you the link and you click on it and you say join, I can get you entered into that. So I will be making sure that you guys have that link to be able to join. So right after my local BOGO sale, we'll be taking pictures of all of this stuff and posting it out there for you guys to take advantage of getting some of that stuff for free with a new catalog purchase. So any questions on my BOGO sale, message me, let me know. But most of you who have been around with me last year, you took part of the online one before, or my local one. You kind of know how that works. Bingo, I'll be doing a local bingo and online bingo in June, and I have those registration links set to go out tomorrow. So you'll be seeing some posts to my Facebook group and my page for bingo registration. Prizes for both of them will be from the new catalog. So my online bingo is 4 games of bingo, and all the prizes are bundles. My local bingo, we play 6 games, and the prizes usually I have 1 bundle, but the prizes are usually some paper and ribbon or a stamp set or something like that. So lots of fun, different nights. You can do one, you can do both. So that's kind of cool there. I want to talk to you guys a little bit about the Big Shot, because I had about 4 of my customers email me this last week asking me questions about the Big Shot and knowing that the Big Shot is leaving and how that's going to impact the Stampin' Up! Dies that we sell. Do you have to get a new die cutting machine? And I just wanted to kind of address that with all of you. So Stampin' Up! Is indeed discontinuing the Big Shot. And when I say that, I don't say that in a way that, I mean, I'm sad to see the Big Shot go, but what it is Stampin' Up! Is actually discontinuing their agreement and their affiliation with Sizzix. They're not going to be renewing that. And so they're working with a new manufacturer, but things have not been finalized in time for a new die cutting machine to be printed and added into our catalog. That they're hoping to have something done fairly soon. And in the interim, most people already have a die cutting machine of some sort. So I know some of you, of my customers, you have the Big Kick, or you have what's the other one I'm thinking of? A Cuttlebug that also does the cutting. The Big Shot's going to be the exact same way. So when we do come out with a new one, any of the current dies will still work with your Big Shot. Okay, so the new dies that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight is the Magnolia memory dies, and I'm going to show you their new packaging. But I've been using these new dies in my Big Shot just fine. I'm having no problems. You can't even tell there's something different about them other than they're in a different packaging. And so I'll go over that a little bit tonight when I show you guys this. So rest assured, your Big Shot will continue to work. Your Big Kick will continue to work. Everything will continue to work. And as soon as they have their agreement finalized and everything done, they'll be introducing their new, they're calling it their new die cutting and embossing machine to us. So the only other thing that's changed with their dies is they're now called dies. They used to be called framelets or thinlets, and that was a Sizzix name. So now they're calling them Stampin' Cut and Emboss dies. Okay, so they're kind of branding it more to Stampin' Up! Versus the Sizzix terminology. So I just wanted to make sure I addressed that with you guys so that you knew that there's no worry. Your Big Shot will continue to be used with any of the new products in the catalog. So with that, I think that's all I have in the way of announcements. Like I said, there's some discounted items that I'll be posting those documents. I've downloaded them from the Stampin' Up! Website. Just didn't get a chance to upload them before I went live with you all tonight. So I'll be posting those here after my Facebook Live so that all of you can see those discounted items. Again, my ordering promotion, anybody who puts in a $30 minimum order from now till Sunday night, you'll be able to receive 3, I didn't say in the drawing, go me. You'll be able to receive 3 handmade cards from me using cards that I made or that I received for swap cards using new product. And again, the class that I'm going to be sharing with you tonight is one that I'll be doing as an online class in July. So if you like these cards you're going to be seeing tonight and some of the products, stay tuned for that registration link coming out later. I will tell you that I do have one online class up right now. It's my Perennial Essence card class. And the Perennial Essence is the awesome glimmer paper with, or not glimmer paper, it's the awesome vellum paper with the punch. It's got a punch that you layer the three petals together to make a flower. So I know I demonstrated that on one of my Facebook Lives as well. So that class is up and live. I have a registration link posted on one of my pages here, and I'm sure you'll be seeing that over the next couple weeks as well. So with that, I'm going to transition. I'm down to my stamp area, and I'm going to show you guys 5 cards that I created using the Magnolia Lane product suite. I'm going to show you the beautiful paper included in that suite, the stamp set, all the embellishments. I'm going to show you how I made how I colored one of the beautiful flowers with this set. And then I'm going to also show you the Memories and More card kit and envelopes, because if you want simple, quick, beautiful cards, this is the most amazing one that I have ever seen. So with that, I'm going to transition my camera down and we will have some fun stamping. So I will be right back with you all. Okay. So let me make sure I get this transition down here. Making sure you guys can see everything here. Okay. I put this on a little backwards this time, so I'm struggling a little bit with that. Okay, so there we go. Let me get my computer turned around so that I actually feel like I'm with you guys. I can actually see some of your comments and answer any questions that you might have. Okay, aren't these cards gorgeous? Attending the, those of you that are on my team who are attending my team card making day, you're going to be seeing or making these cards this coming Saturday. So this is 5 of the sneak peeks that you're going to be able to see. Aren't they gorgeous? Okay, so these are the cards that I created, and I'm going to kind of go over them in detail a little bit, and I'm going to show you some of the awesome embellishments that coordinate with this. So I have to reach them. They're out of my reach. Okay, so this card right here, I made completely using, this is the gorgeous paper, and I'll show you that paper here in just a couple of minutes. And this is the dies that are in the Magnolia memory, or what did I say they were called? Magnolia memory dies. And so this, and again, I'll show you guys how I made the flower. These are little cork elements, and this is part of the die as well, or part of the product suite. And the neat thing is you get these awesome little tags, and then you get some little flowers here as well. Now the neat thing is that you can stamp on top of those tags. Isn't that awesome? So you can stamp on top of them, and I think I used the Stays On ink, or maybe it was the Memento Black. I think it was the Memento Black, and it gave me a really, really good stamped image there. So these are awesome little cork elements. Now these I just adhered to the card using glue dots, and I had no problem whatsoever adhering those and having them stick. This is part of the designer series paper that I will show you in just a couple of moments. And then I also used the tufted embossing folder to emboss this green, or this mossy metal matte. So that's card number 1. I'm actually going to be making this card with you to show you how I colored this beautiful, beautiful flower. So this is the stamped image that is in our Good Morning Magnolia stamp set. Look how gorgeous this is. Isn't that awesome? Now this is a 2 stamp set, or 2K stamp set, and I'm guessing I only pulled 1, so I may have to go find the other one off my stamp area in just a couple of minutes. But I love this big flower, and the awesome thing is that it also coordinates with, so this is the new packaging for the Stampin' Cut and Emboss dies. I'm gonna still be calling them framelets, I'm sure. So they open a little bit different. They have a little, like little lips here that opens them up. So they kind of got to pull this up. And then the plastic holder's a little bit different. And then you're going to see that I've used a bunch of these dies. So these are the new dies. They are a little bit thinner, so they're not quite as thick, is one thing I have noticed. But this is the die that cuts out this gorgeous flower, okay? Just gorgeous. And then what I used for the card where I did all of this awesome sponging is I used these 2 dies right here, and I cut it out twice. So there's 2 of these and 2 of these, and I layered them together to make the Magnolia. The other die that I use on my cards that I'm showcasing tonight is this one right here. And I do need to go grab, so bear with me, you guys. I'm going to move this out of the way. You can admire these cards while I run to my shelf and grab the other stamp set, because I want you to see both of them. This is the kind of stuff that happens when you're live. You know, you forget something, so you have to go run and get it. But this is the other stamp in the set. So you do get both of these, and this is the flower right here for the other framelit that I mentioned I used as well. So this one right here will cut out this flower there. And I did that a lot. I used that one a lot. So let me show you the designer series paper next and move all of this stuff. I don't want to lose any of my framelits. So I'm just going to move it out of the way. The designer series paper is absolutely gorgeous. This alone, you could do so much with it. So let me bring this in. I'm going to bring it in one piece at a time so you can see the beautiful aspect of it. Now this paper right here, it looks like it's colored, and actually it's not. It's just that's right in the paper. So when I did a card with this the first time, my husband said, "Man, you colored that so pretty," and I had to say, I didn't color it. It's already in there. Gorgeous paper. And in true Stampin' Up! Style, the opposite side is normally, they have one that's more of your busier patterned, one that's more of your more plain colors. So this is the back side of that one. And there's not a single piece of this paper that you can go wrong with, because it's just gorgeous. This one is the petals, and I should tell you the colors that are in this product suite. So the back of the Designer Series paper lists all the colors. It's Basic Black, Early Espresso, Mossy Meadow, Petal Pink, So Saffron, and Whisper White. And so this is the Petal Pink. And then this is, this is probably one of my favorite pieces out of here, and I'll tell you why. Because if you remember the framelit that I showed you earlier, you could actually cut out these flowers using the framelit if you so wanted to. Or you could do what I did. Let me move my cards out of the way because it's getting kind of bumpy here. Or you could do what I did, and I will tell you, it's probably one of my favorite cards. I simply used the 2-inch circle punch, and I punched out these circles, and then, or these flowers, and then I layered them onto a Petal Pink cardstock using the Starburst punch, and behind that is a 2 1/4 inch punch of the Early Espresso. And look how beautiful that element is. And it looks like you colored it, and I didn't. It's already colored for you. Just gorgeous. The other product that comes with, or comes as part of this product that I haven't talked about yet, is this twin pack of ribbon. It's called the Magnolia Lane Ribbon Combo. You get some of the Mossy Meadow linen thread and some of this awesome, like a crumb cake ribbon as well. And that's what I've used on all of my cards. You can see I've used it here. I've used it here on the stem of my flowers. I've kind of used it on all of my projects. So if this is a class that you eventually purchase from me, you will receive a bolt of that ribbon so that you can use it on your projects and have some left over. You'll also get a half a pack of this Magnolia Lane Designer Series paper. You cut from your paper to have your pieces, and you get the leftovers of that. So awesome, another awesome little perk of purchasing the class. So let me go back to the paper because I totally got sidetracked on you guys. So the next pattern is the green and white leaf. Very pretty as well. But wait till you see this one. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm telling you, the stainless paper on my video does not even do the paper justice, because the paper is absolutely stunning. Absolutely stunning. Definitely going to be one that you want on your list. This is the one that I used on the card that I know a bunch of you liked, where I did some sponging and made this cute little flower. This is the Designer Series paper right there. Again, another pretty pattern. On the back side of there, you have some stripes. I think I'm forgetting one. There's usually 5 designs, I think. Let me see here. What am I forgetting? Oh, there's actually 2 left. There's this one right here with the green background and the pretty flowers. Again, they all look like they were colored with like a blend pen, but they're not. And this is the back side of that one. And then the final one is this pretty pattern right here. And that one I did show you guys. Let me see. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting one in here. Bear with me. I think I showed you guys them all. Yep, that's all of the paper. But there's not a single one that I did not use when I designed my cards. I used every single piece of this paper to do just that. So just absolutely gorgeous. So with that, let's do some stamping. And then after we do some stamping, I'm going to share with you the Magnolia Lane Memories and More card kit and coordinating envelopes and note cards, because they're pretty cool as well. So the card that I wanted to share with you all tonight is this pretty one right here. So I want to share with you how I made this flower and how I colored this flower, and I'm hoping that by me moving it you can see the pretty wink of Stella that I have incorporated onto this flower as well. Now this ribbon right here is also one of the new scalloped ribbons that's coming out in the new annual catalog, and this ribbon is actually part of the Bird Ballad suite, but I loved it paired on this card right here. And I think I may have to run and get a wink of Stella. I don't think I have one. So anyway, let me bring in my cards. We're going to go ahead and get started making this card. And the first thing you're going to do, of course, is have a card base. I used basic black. This is your 5.5 by 8.5 standard mat or base. And then I did a piece of crumb cake at 5 1/4 by 4. Again, my standard mats, so nothing too hard so far. And you're gonna see that this card goes together so simple. And then I have 2 pieces already cut. This is the petal pink, and this petal pink is cut 2 1/4 by 5 1/4. So it's gonna go the full length of my 5 1/4 mat. And then I have a piece of the designer series paper, and I chose to use this one. And this is cut 2 inches, I believe, by 5 1/4. So it's gonna go right to the edge, but it's gonna give me a little bit of a border on both sides of that. So I'm gonna go ahead with petal pink. And again, this paper makes these cards just look gorgeous. Gorgeous. If you are part of my card club, which I know a couple of you are, this could be your option that you choose. This could be your class for July that you choose for your free card class. If you're interested in knowing more about my card or my club, let me know and I'd be happy to share that information. But basically how my club works is we have if it's a 10-month commitment, and the card club, you have to put in a $33 order each month for 10 months. And one of the months you're the hostess, and during your hostess month, you minimally get $50 for free. And basically you get one of my classes a month for free. You can pick, I have 2 choices for you to pick from, so you can pick which class you want. And it usually doesn't ship to you to the end of the month because I wait until all of my my classes are done local, and then I have my helpers help me assemble all of my kits. So my best catch cards are going to be going out hopefully in the next couple of days. We're finishing those. I actually have my friend Robin here tonight helping me work on some of that kind of stuff. And so, and scrapbook kits, my daughter-in-law Nicole finished those tonight. So we kind of have a system down, but if you're interested in that and want more information, please let me know. All I've done so far while I was talking about my club is I've attached the Starburst punch piece that I did using a couple of dimensionals. And then this is the 2-inch circle punch that I've done out in advance. And I'm going to bring in the Mossy Meadow. The Mossy Meadow coordinates with this suite very well. And I'm going to bring the Thinking of You in. And that's what we are going to stamp onto this piece right here. Let me see here. I didn't put my stickers on all of these yet, so I'm sorry. You guys are just going to have to bear with me a little bit. There's my Thinking of You. Let me get my green ink out of the way. One thing I've learned is close your ink right after you're done, because if you don't, you could have a complete horrible mess. Lesson learned. Okay, and then I'm just going to adhere this down to my Starburst punch shape, and it's going to fit perfectly. I am going to add one more dimensional underneath of here because I didn't layer this quite in the right spot, and I want this to really hold. There we go. Okay, now there's a couple different ways in which you can do your stamped part right here, okay? So what you can do is you could simply have a piece of crumb cake cardstock where you do your stamping and then you cut it out. So let me show you what I mean. Robin, would you get me a StazOn ink pad? Sorry, I don't have a StazOn ink pad because we're going to be doing some watercoloring with our blend pens, and I only have the Memento black, so I need to get my my StazOn black here. So I'm just going to be putting this onto a big block, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stamp this flower onto my piece of crumb cake. Okay. Now this is the way most people do it. But I'm going to try to show you, notice I say try, because this is the way I do it. But I want to show you a way that you can also do it if you're liking to just cut out the images all at once and not have to keep going to your big shot. So I'm going to ink this up really well, and I'm going to, let me make sure I have a way that this fits. Stamp this down on here, and hopefully I get a good stamped image. And I like to kind of rub the bottom of that, especially when I'm first using my StazOn, because it can be a little finicky. There we go. Now the other thing that you can do, if you are so inclined, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, is you could also ink up the back of your stamp. So I'm going to ink this up and leave it laying down right here on my table. I may have to re-ink this stays on pretty soon, so I'm hoping this works for you guys to demonstrate. And what I've done in advance is I've cut out this flower, and you could just line this flower up onto the back of the stamp and simply rub your finger across here. And I will have both options available for my team this weekend because, again, everyone has different ways in which they do things. And voila, you also have the stamped image done the exact same way as if you were to do it the other way. But my mother-in-law cut all of these kits for me because she's so awesome. And so everyone already has this cut out if they decide to at least give that way a try. We are going to use this one though for my coloring, and I'm going to zoom in a little bit on my camera here so that maybe you guys can see this a little bit better. So what I've done, let me bring in my sample as well. What I did is I incorporated just a little bit of color to this stamped image. And I did that with my Mossy Meadow. I'm going to bring in my Mossy Meadow ink. And make sure you guys can see this okay. And I used my blender pens. Okay, so I know you've seen me use blender pens before, but I simply pulled a little bit of ink off my ink. I just roll my blender pen into that. And all I'm going to do is add a little bit of color to some of these green leaves. Now you can add a lot, you can add a little, depending on what your preference is. I only did like every other leaf, and I didn't even do it where I had the whole thing colored. I left some of it plain because I wanted it to kind of look like it had the watercolor appeal. I didn't want it all to be colored. And a little bit of this color will go a long way. And when you start to realize like, oh, it's getting dried out, you just grab a little bit more color and incorporate it onto your... Now, the reason why I like these, now you could also use our Stampin' Blends, but blends for me are really hard to use in a class because it's quite costly, and I like to keep my classes pretty affordable. I might include my blends if I'm doing like a class for my customers and include one or two of the sets, but sometimes it's really costly to include those blends in a class. And so this is also another great coloring mechanism that you can use. If you don't have the blends or if you're not sure you want the blends yet, this works just as easily. Isn't that cool? And then when you're all done with the green, which I am all done with the green right now, I'm just going to bring in a piece of scrap paper and I'm just going to kind of get out all that green ink out of the tip of my pen. And you kind of do that just by rubbing it onto a piece of paper. So that's what I'm going to do with my green. The next color I want to incorporate is my Petal Pink. And so my Petal Pink, I'm going to do the exact same thing with. Now, this is why you really want to make sure that all that ink gets out of there, because the last thing you want is to have green ink in your Petal Pink ink pad. How's that for tongue twister? And then I did the same thing here. I added a little bit of Petal Pink to parts of this flower, just wherever I kind of wanted to add a little bit. So nothing too fancy here. But you can see how this gives this flower a little bit of a life of its own, and you have the crumb cake background, so it makes it pretty easy for, you know, the crumb cake background lends itself well alone just for having some color already into this. So again, you can kind of see I'm following some of those black lines where the stamped image already was, and then adding a few of my own. Can you see that okay? And then I incorporated some yellow into the center. I need to grab my yellow ink pad. As I say that, Robin looks at me like, I'm on it. So I gotta tell you guys, when I had to get up to go get my stamp set, you can get the our own stamp. Good morning, Magnolia. I have to tell you what where she was and why she wasn't down here. So Natalie got her hedgehog out tonight, and she put it in this ball, and the ball opened up on her, and the hedgehog got out and was somewhere upstairs, and they couldn't find the hedgehog. And so Robin had to go upstairs and help them find the missing hedgehog. So anyway, missing hedgehog found. Yay! Okay. So I'm just going to add some yellow to the center here. Look how pretty that is. Isn't that awesome? And then the final thing I did is I added some Wink of Stella to of the flower has Wink of Stella on it. And I really think this made this flower come to life. I simply added, let me make sure I got some Wink of Stella down here in my, there we go. I just added some Wink of Stella to this entire flower. And I'm going to show you if you can kind of see what it's doing there to the flower. Isn't that awesome? If I can get some more Wink of Stella to come down, this one might be almost out. But look how beautiful that is. So quick, so simple, so easy. Okay, I'm not going to take the time to do all of that, but you can see then that I would cut that out with my Big Shot, and I would put that onto my card with some dimensionals, tie a little piece of ribbon on it, and look at that gorgeous card that you have. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so that's the first thing I wanted to share with you tonight with this product. The next thing I want to share with you is a card template that I used, because I got to tell you that this is made using scraps. So many times we have designer series paper left over that we're not sure what to do with. And I love to keep all of that, because what I did here is I simply cut, I'm not even sure what size these are. They look like they're about maybe 1 1/4 by 2 or 1 1/2 inch pieces of designer series paper. And I matted them with a piece of the cardstock behind them. So I used the Early Espresso card base, and then I used the Early Espresso for these two. But you can see how that gave me a really nice look behind there. And then I incorporated some circle punches and this awesome little image. And all of the coloring that I did on these cards are done with the blender pen and the ink pads. Again, it's a really quick and simple way to do coloring. And the neat thing is if you wanted to, you could, wait and color them and use your blends later. But I love how this template came together, because you can use scraps. So don't throw away your scraps. There are so many different card templates out there that you can do, that you can use up some of your scraps. Okay, so I wanted to make sure you guys saw that this is the last card that I created, and I used some of my scraps so that I could use those up. So then I also have a few additional cards that I'm going to show you. Now these are cards that they're still in their cellophane bag, so you're going to hear me open them. These are some of the swap cards that I received that use the same amazing product bundle. This one was made by my dear friend Sandy Carlson, and I love this card. So I'm just going to share with you guys a few additional cards, because again, who doesn't love to see more cards with this product suite. This one right here was designed by my friend Angie Leach. Angie always does beautiful cards as well. And what I like is you can see a little bit of a different technique than Angie did, as she incorporated some of the gold foil sheets into hers. Love that as well. And this card here was designed by demonstrator Ruth Bingle. So when I talk about card swaps, let me tell you a little bit about what they are and why I do them and all that good stuff. But, ooh, this one's got up like this, and then like that. Isn't that pretty cool? Those of you that watch my Tuesday videos, I'm sure you've been seeing me doing a lot of fun folds lately, because I've been fascinated with fun folds. So I love that. But the whole purpose behind swap cards is to share ideas with other demonstrators. And so we have other cards that we can share with our customers. And I am a card swap addict. I will tell you that. If you were to ask any of my team, they would tell you that I have a tendency to sign up for more than I should. My whole basement, all my boards on my basement wall are put up with, I have poster boards on them full of cards. But I do that for inspiration, because I like to be able to see what other people do, because that's kind of how I've learned to be a card designer, is if I don't have an idea, I might look at a different card and look at more of what I call the card sketch and change it up a little bit with current product or with whatever product it is that I'm going to be working with. So that is kind of why I do this. I absolutely love card ideas from other people, because it also helps me be a better demonstrator for all of you with different techniques that they may have that I don't know or don't have the knowledge of. I want to point out this awesome ribbon too, because this is the Petal Pink ribbon that is part of the Perennial Essence product suite, but it coordinates very nicely with the Magnolia Lane stuff as well. And I just have a couple more here that I'm going to show you. This is a different take. This one was also designed by my friend Angie Leach. And this one is a different take on that flower. So many times you see this flower. I know you guys have had to have seen this product suite all over Facebook and all over social media. So many times you see this one colored in pink, but look how beautiful it is. I believe that she used the soft seafoam blends, and she used the shimmer white cardstock to get a little bit of shimmer to the entire white piece and added some pearls to the center. Isn't that gorgeous? A total different look on that card. I love that one. And then I'm just going to show you one more here. This one was made by Lynn Feldkamp. And I don't know Lynn that well. I know the name. Most of the demonstrators you get to meet at different events. But look how pretty hers is. And I like what she did here. So she used that awesome ribbon and then put the old olive mossy meadow twine on top of it. Isn't that cool? She then used these awesome framelits. I'm forgetting the name of them. They're part of the bird ballad, nested or something like that, but they're part of the bird ballad, and they have this awesome little stitched shape around them. But she used that and then did a flower, colored it with our blends. Look how awesome it matches the designer series paper. I'm telling you, Stampin' Up outdid themselves when they created this bundle. So I love that one that she created here as well. So the last thing I want to share with you tonight, I'm hoping you guys like seeing other people's cards too, because it's kind of, like I said, how we all learn and how we all share ideas with each other. So the last thing that I want to share with you is the Memories and More, the Magnolia Lane Memories and More card kit. Now you're probably thinking, oh, I'm not interested in that, but don't leave, stay. Because I feel so strongly about this one that this would be a great kit for people to be able to make some instant cards with. This coordinates so nicely with the designer series paper, and it also has all the products that you need to make quick and simple cards all on your own. So in the Memories and More card kit, I believe this is... Let me find the catalog here. I know the page number the suite's on, because I meant to show you guys it here in the catalog, and I forgot to. Let me find it here. It's on page 37. Oh, I know a couple other things too I wanted to talk to you about too, so I'm glad I opened this up. But the Memories and More kit is actually the cards and envelopes is $12.50, and the Memories and More kit is $11. So this is the kit that's $11, and I'm going to show you the cards and envelopes here in just a bit. But something new that Stampin' Up has done, excuse me, is if you like the entire Magnolia Lane suite, you can purchase everything under one SKU or one product number. The 152178 number will get you both the stamp set, both of the cases of the stamp set, the framelits. It'll get you the Magnolia embossing folder, which I don't have yet. We weren't able to pre-order that. And then it will also get you the paper. And so it's kind of cool that you'll get so much stuff and under one SKU versus having to try to do all of that separately. So I'm really digging that they have done that. I think it's pretty cool. So let me go through these kits or these cards here with you a little bit. There's some awesome vellum. This vellum is just, again, all the images coordinate with the paper. You can tell that that's the flowers, the Magnolia flowers. So what you could do is, I'm going to actually layer a few of these together and show you how quick and simple it is to make cards. So the envelope and card kits come like this. And the neat thing is the envelopes have liners. So you can put a liner in all of these envelopes, and look how pretty. That just lines those envelopes very nicely. And the envelopes have this really pretty edging on them. And then you have some note cards already designed, so to speak, and for you just to add some cards to. So they're already pre-scored. You just fold them down. So if you wanted to, you could simply add the you and me to that, and you'd have a cute card. You could actually layer down, if you wanted to, this vellum piece. And then, again, you just look through these different little pieces of, trying to find one that's kind of, well, you could layer this on here like this. and have it go either way. And then if you wanted to, you could just cut out everyday moments and put that on the card. You could incorporate some of the ribbon onto the card. I mean, there's the possibilities are endless with this. Okay, so if just say you don't want to use the vellum that way, and I meant to have a couple of these pulled out, but I'm kind of glad I'm doing it off the cuff. Oh, here's stickers too that you guys can incorporate. So into the cards, you could add a little circle behind those or whatever. But let me finish showing you the rest of. So you have Hooray for Today. You could actually just use this one right here if you wanted to put on the back of this, like here. And the neat thing is it's already pre-cut where you have a little bit of a 1/4 of an inch around there. So you could do that and then just find a greeting to put on here with the smaller cards. Can you see how awesome that would be to put? So quick and so simple. I love it. Or if you wanted to make a thank you card, you could put this one on here and just simply maybe raise that with a dimension, with some dimensionals. Quick, simple cards to have on hand using beautiful paper already cut to the size that you might want it. So I really thought this one was worth showing you guys, because for $12.50 and $11, what is that? $23, you could make a bunch of cards. I'm not sure how many note cards and envelopes come. I already threw away the packaging and closed my catalog, but I love this one. I'm going to really encourage anybody who struggles with card making and wants to have cards on hand to consider buying this and putting together some quick and simple cards, because this paper alone is going to make you look like a pro. I'm telling you, it's gorgeous paper. So anyway, I really hope that you guys enjoyed my presentation for tonight on the Magnolia Lane. I'm not sure what I'm going to be sharing with you guys yet next week, but I promise I'll get it posted as soon as I know. And again, don't forget about my ordering promotion. Anybody who puts in a $30 online order with me from now through Sunday night, you will receive 3 of handmade cards from my swaps. So if you could get some of these awesome cards that I showed you tonight. It's not the cards that I'm doing in my class, but some of the swap cards. And I also want to make sure you guys know that I'll be posting the discounted sheets of the discounted products right after I'm done with my Facebook Live. So check those out, because that could even be your $30 qualifying order to get you those 3 free cards that I'm going to be offering to any of you that put in an order with me. So anyway, I'm going to get this out of the way, bring in the 5 cards that constitute my class that I'll be offering. And again, be looking for an online registration link if this is a class that you're thinking you may be interested in. If you would like additional information about my card club and consider joining my card club, you can let me know that as well, and I'd be happy to share that information with you. And again, I thank you all so very, very much for joining me again tonight. And I cannot wait to see what some of you order with that, your first order out of that new amazing catalog. Thanks everyone, and we will see you back here next Thursday night at 7 p.m. Have a great week. Bye.